Good evening. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the delayed start, but I believe everything is ready for us to be off with it. So I'd invite you to stand with me as we begin this evening by inviting God's presence into our midst. I'll invite Miss Rachel Gregoire to come and open us in a word of prayer.
Good evening, everyone. Bow all heads and close all eyes. Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, as we come before you today, dear Lord, thank you for this special occasion, the launch of Travee in Tobago. Dear Lord, we pray and we ask for your guidance, your protection, and your favor throughout this new journey. Dear Lord, bless the team, bless the vision, and bless the persons who would benefit from this new venture, dear Heavenly Father. Dear Lord, we thank you and continue blessing us, continue granting us favor, and continue pushing forward Travee. In your name I pray, amen.
Let's remain standing as we observe this nation's national anthem. Thank you very much. Before you take your seats, sometimes all someone needs is a little word of encouragement, a greeting, a compliment to turn around their day. So let us all be the catalyst for improving someone's day. Yeah? Let me take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you this evening to the launch of something new, something fresh, something groundbreaking, something innovative, something that definitely each one of us represented here today is going to be going down in history as having been here when this began. There is something called the law of the first, where everything else that happens in the vein or in the line of something normally takes pattern after that thing. So they say it's the law of the first. So this is the first time in Tobago that we are having a launch of this nature. And so everything else that comes after this, that seeks to pattern it, will fall under the umbrella of the law of the first. And so it is incumbent on those who are piloting this event to ensure that it maintains professionalism, it is accessible, that it is comfortable, that it is customer friendly, and that it yields benefits not just to those behind the cameras, but those who will be sitting in the seats of the vehicles that would carry persons around. Welcome to this launch this evening. And welcome to your part of creating history right here in Tobago. We want to get things up and rolling, get the ball really going. So we're going to have an overview of the Travee program, how it was conceptualized, how this thing came into being, where it came from. Was it divine inspiration? Was it careful thought, planning? Was it a team effort, an individual effort? Did somebody wake up with an epiphany and just say, Travee? So we're going to hear this evening from one of the persons who formed Team Travee. Let's welcome to the platform Mr. Macasey Peters.
Hello everyone. All protocols observed. I am so happy to be here this afternoon. I'm so happy to see the brand Travee being represented here in Tobago, and so many people and faces that I know and worked with. What I can tell you is that the Travee app is going to be revolutionary. We started Travee in 2018, and since 2018 to now, we have been looking for a reliable partner in Tobago to work with. Many have come, many have approached our brand, but we are very reluctant in terms of how we put forward our brand, in terms of who we partner with strategically. And quite recently, we were very much eager to see what Deltec put together, and they put forward an opportunity for us, and we saw what Deltec presented, and we were very, very impressed with what they put forward, and we are confident that we are going to do good business with this team as we go forward. Now, Travee, y'all are not just a part of a brand that is Trinidad and Tobago. We launched Travee last year in St. Kitts and Nevis. So if you go to St. Kitts now, you could pull out the Travee app and book a ride. We're launching in St. Vincent next year, January. And we have plans to go in Antigua and Barbuda come November. So this is a network. It is an expansion of a brand that has been a part of this ecosystem for quite some time. Now, unlike many other applications that is on the market, Travee could boast of its unique features. If you look at all the other rideshare platforms that is available to you, most of those platforms, unfortunately, are what I call wardrobe platforms. In platforms that they just buy online and they basically put a back end to it. If you look at the Travee application, the features, when your riders utilize Travee, they get points. Those points convert into money. They could use that money now, and they could utilize the ecosystem to book rides anywhere Travee is. In addition to that, we have refer and earn. If you have a referral code, you give that referral code to a brother, a sister, a friend, and that referral code will give them a percentage off on their ride, and in addition to that, it gives you a percentage as well in terms of getting cash back for your next ride. Very soon, in the next coming weeks, we're going to integrate AI. As you all know, AI is the future. So AI will give our people the ability to send a WhatsApp to the app and say, I want to go to Scarborough, or I want to go right here in Barcode. And that would give persons the ability to book who don't have access to the app right away. So we are integrating that technology. We are partnering with some massive brands. I could tell you we have already done work in the past with several companies, Massey, we have done work with Nestles, we have done work with Unipet, and we are expanding our corporate model. We are the only application right now that allows for chauffeur. So if you want, you could book a driver for 12 hours, 24 hours, you could pre-book your ride. If you get in any sort of difficulties, you could send an SOS. And that goes directly to your loved ones so they know exactly where you are at any given point in time. And that is the Travee mobile application. Now, we are pivoting the app away from just rideshare. I always tell people that Travee is not just a rideshare app. Travee is a mobility as a service. It basically gives people the ability to not just book a ride, but you can, if you have a corporate entity, if you have a business, and you have workers, take for example a casino, and you have workers going home late at night, you could come on board our Travee platform and benefit from a corporate service, whereby some of your own workers in the establishment who have vehicles, they could come on board the platform, they could make money while transporting their colleagues to and from work. And that is the corporate ecosystem that we have created, and that's the corporate ecosystem that is working. Overall, I would say that in the Tobago space, I'm excited, and I know Kelvin has a lot to say and his team, and I leave this show to them because they have to take the brand, they have to own it, they have to make Travee Tobagonian because it has to represent the culture and the people that live here. And more so, with the airport opening very soon, we intend to get a lot of international customers coming in, and that is what they are accustomed to, technology. So I wouldn't go any further. I'll let the launch video kind of give you all a more insight, but thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and be a part of this innovative solution. I want to just recognize some of my team members. We have Marlon Jeffers, our Chief Operations Officer. I have Khadija. We have Monique, one of our executive operators, and many more. So thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you, Mackenzie, for that overview. Now, what is a launch of a brand without the launch of a brand ambassador? Right now, for those of you who are following, KFC has a new brand ambassador. Anybody know who is that? Somebody just said. Junior Lee. So a lot more people buying KFC because Junior Lee even delivering it to you. Well, part of Travee Tobago's intention is also to ensure that we empower other people right here in Tobago. So just like every large organization, Travee Tobago has its own brand ambassador. I know everybody waiting to see on the screen who that is going to be. But TikTok boss, what to tell them? Right. People want to know if it's you. What we gonna do? We gonna see how it go? Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, not to the microphone, but to the public in Tobago, the brand ambassador for Travee Tobago, a.k.a. TikTok boss. Let's hear it for him. I don't want to give his real name because we don't want people stalking him and start to check through the mail and all kind of thing for him. Because he's a guy famous. So TikTok boss is going to be pushing off this evening with one of our simulations. And we welcome him to the team. We know he's going to be all over Tobago promoting the Travee brand as well. Yeah? Now, as Mackenzie would have indicated, there's a Tobago face to Travee. And we want to take the program a little further and a little deeper with a little more details as we welcome to the microphone to add some more flavor to the pot, Mr. Kelvin Morris.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much, Mr. Masters of Ceremony, Mr. Marlon David. Let me say a pleasant good evening to each and every one, friends, well-wishers, supporters. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this evening representing Deltec Distributors Limited, and of course, you know, in this special event, partnering with service to Tobago. And of course, let me recognize co-managing director somewhere in the back, Mr. Delmon Edwards. And we have also other personnel from Deltec Distributors. Today is indeed a very special day for me, not only because we are launching Travee in Tobago, but because of what this launch represents. I stand here tonight as a businessman, as co-managing director of Deltec Distributors Limited, and as someone who genuinely loves Tobago. And, you know, I've always believed that Tobago deserves good things. And the launch of Travee here tonight, this evening, is indeed a great thing for Tobago. Tobagonians deserve opportunities. Tobagonians deserve quality services. Tobagonians deserve to see new businesses coming here, new investments taking place, and new opportunities created for our people. That is why today is so special to me. We are bringing Travee to Tobago. And I have personally used this service, and I can tell you that the experience is exactly what I believe Tobago deserves. The drive was convenient, efficient, and I did receive professional, courteous service from the driver. The system is designed around safety and reliability. Our drivers are trained and professional. I must say, every driver, before they are actually approved to provide the service, must go through a period of orientation that really ensures that they are in tune with the service that we want to offer as the Travee team. Those things may sound simple, but they matter. Because imagine arriving at A&R Robinson Airport, the brand new one, and knowing that you can open your phone, you can download an app, and you can quickly request a ride and get where you need to go. Or maybe you're heading to Pigeon Point, or Storbay, or Buku, or Castara, Speyside, Charlottesville, Argyle, or simply you're trying to go home. You should not have to think twice about how you are going to get there. Transportation is part of the tourism experience, and that is something we should always ensure is easy and convenient. Because when a visitor comes to our island, their experience does not just begin when they reach the beach. It actually begins when they arrive at our airport or our seaport. It begins with how they are greeted, how easily they get to the hotel, how easily they get around, and how easily they can discover the beauty, the culture, the food, and communities that makes Tobago so special. If we want Tobago to be the greatest tourist destination, if we want Tobago to be the greatest tourist destination we can possibly be, then we have to provide the quality of service that supports that vision. I believe Tobago can become the greatest little island on the planet, but we also need the greatest services to accompany and complement that. And therefore, this is why Travee is here in Tobago, and this is why I felt so strongly in ensuring, convincing Mr. Peters and his team that we need something like this in Tobago to help to complement and to give more options to our tourism offerings here in Tobago. So, Travee is more than simply about more than an app, as Makisi rightfully said. It provides a myriad of service because you have the rideshare, there's a food drop, and there's all other hosts of other convenient applications there. But more than that, Travee is about people. I see the driver, and when we talk about people, we talk about our drivers. It allows for our drivers to earn additional income. I see the young Tobagonian who wants to be an entrepreneur. I see the person who may want to start one vehicle and then they can eventually build a fleet. Someone can begin this as a side hustle, but over time this can become a business where they too employ others to provide this service. That is the kind of opportunity I want to see coming to Tobago. People want to know that there is money to be made. People want to know that opportunities are available. And people want to know that they can have access to transportation at the fingertips of their phones. What what can we bring to Tobago that makes life better for our people and our visitors? When the opportunity to bring Travee came, I believe the answer was clear. Because I believe Tobago deserves the best. If we are going to call ourselves, as I said, one of the greatest destinations, then we must be prepared to offer world-class service. If we want people to come here, stay longer, spend more, if we want people to have easy access to move around, if we want Tobagonians to have more opportunities to earn, we have to create platforms that allow them to participate. That is what Travee represents to me. So tonight, I say to the people of this beautiful island, let's welcome Travee. I say to the businessman, I say to those who usually utilize transport, I say to even the taxi drivers, let us all get on board, the hoteliers, let us get on board with Travee and ensure that we have this kind of service that Tobagonians can access as well as our visitors. And we have a really nice gift for our first 100 Travee patrons. For you who will take the opportunity tonight and going forward, you have an opportunity to earn some Travee credits. So I would encourage persons, we have, I think, some scanned Travee stickers. You can download the app as we speak, and being one of the 100 Travee persons, you get Travee credit that would allow you to quickly experience your first Travee ride. So I look forward with great excitement to this opportunity. I look forward to what Travee would bring, not just to Tobago and to Tobago's Tourism Trust, but also to Tobagonians, the average Tobagonian who wants to earn an income, the average Tobagonian who wants to get around, and the average Tobagonian who may see an opportunity, whether it's your food business or so, to bring Travee on board and use it as a food drop service. So we are here, Travee is here, and we look forward to what Travee brings to Tobago now and going forward. I want to thank again Makisi for this opportunity, and I want to thank each and everyone for coming out for this launch. And we look forward to a really meaningful partnership that would ensure that Tobago, have an application and have an opportunity that puts us on the map. Thank you, and may God continue to bless us.
Thank you very much, Kelvin. Very detailed. I know a lot of questions are spiraling around in my mind, so I know there are persons amongst us who would also have questions. But before we do that, we want to take a short look at a brief video that I know would answer some of the questions. We want to be able to provide persons with the opportunity to see firsthand how Travee operates. This is the first part of it, and then we would move later on into a real-life simulation of the app and its function. So let's go with the video. So folks, you saw it there. This is new to Tobago. This is what we're going to be stepping into. I want to open the floor for a brief while for a few questions. And I want to throw the first one out. I heard it said that Travee's is partners with stakeholders and so on. I know in a lot of things like these, you have the opportunity to get discounts and 1% in Price Smart, and you might get a frequent flyer mile, something like that. Is there the opportunity for this? And this is directed to Mr. Peters. Is there the opportunity for this in this Travee app?
So the short answer to that question is yes. Currently, we are working on a partnership with Unipet gas station in particular, where we are trying, if you develop points in the Travee app, you could now exchange those points to put gas in your car, or vice versa. So we are experimenting with that. Those discussions are in the preliminary stages, but we are looking to see any entity that basically has a point system. So Massey, for example, points, you could utilize your points vice versa. So we are exploring that. It's already in the application, so it's just to turn it on once a partner in Tobago has that ability. Yeah?
Thank you very much. I think you guys are going to be on your feet for a while. Is there any question from the floor? Just yet? So I have another question. So I am interested in becoming a driver with Travee. What is the process do I go through? What do I need?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Monique Pereira. Basically, the drivers and them just need simple documentation, and they will go through a process. So one of the verification documents that we use is a certificate of a character, which is valid for 1 year. So the documentation that you need is your driver's permit, certificate of character. For your vehicle, it will be a certified copy, authorization letter if the certified copy is not in your name, and also vehicle insurance. This way, when it is riders book a ride, they know that their drivers are very up to date with all their documentation. So in the event anything happens, we can be able to track and document, and if it need be, we need to, well, anything is to happen, we could be able to deal with it accordingly, yeah? But we also want to push the verification of riders as well, because of course, you know, drivers also need to feel safe with who they are picking up. So we encourage everyone, you have the option, it's optional to upload your ID or your driver's permit to become verified. But it doesn't stop you from becoming a rider on the app. Yeah? Thank you.
Floor is still open for questions. I'm seeing, you could introduce yourself and
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miss Welch, and I would like to find out what makes Travee so different from any other rideshare brand.
I would happily answer that question. So, as I said before, if you download all the other rideshare applications, most of them look the same. If you download any of them, they don't have the features and the capabilities that we have in terms of technology advancement. And as I indicated before, we are integrating AI, which is going to launch from next month. Secondary to that, Travee is the only app that you would have on your phone that if you go to St. Kitts, you could pull it out and use it. If you go to St. Vincent just now, you can use it. If you go to Trinidad, you can use it. And if you go to Antigua and Barbuda, just now you'll be able to use it. So unlike other platforms, you are limited to just Trinidad. And as I said before, Travee is not just a rideshare app. It's a mobility as a service that gives you the ability to do food drop, because I told my brother here that the next phase is to get restaurants on board so that we could integrate a food drop system. And last mile is a concierge model for Tobago, because we understand that a lot of people want to pick up some stuff from Pennywise. They want to get a couple things in Price Smart. So the drivers in Trinidad would work on behalf of the people in Tobago. So if you want to get something picked up, driver pick up a mail for you, drop it to the airport, a Travee driver pick it up from the airport, drop it straight to your home. And that is the concierge model that will come as the last mile, yeah? Okay.
Okay, see, I think you should stay here a little longer. I'm seeing another question.
Can you also explain how the refer and earn part of it I'm seeing on the app works?
People don't download the app already.
So they're going to do a demo just now, but briefly, everybody, once you sign up for the app now, you will get your own unique referral code. You take that referral code and you share it with a friend, anybody, say, hey, download the app but use my referral code. For every referral person that utilize your code, they will get $5 and you get $5 added on to your account. Yeah? And you add as much people, you get as much people, you get a couple hundreds, you can use this as is please. You have a wallet, our app integrate wallet feature and credit card, so we have fintech integrated for cashless integration. Yeah? Any more questions I should ask?
Any more questions before we begin the live simulation of the actual process, booking the ride going, picking up the passenger and bringing them here?
What percentage you offer the drivers of each ride?
So we believe drivers are very important, and therefore the commission rate is 20%. So driver take 80%, which is the majority aspect of the profit. Some companies give the drivers 60%, 75%. We could boast and say that drivers take home the majority share, and that the driver has the ability to get payout. Every Thursday they get payout. So our model, if you want your money now, you want to cash out now, we give you your money now, right? You don't have to wait a month for your money or a very long time for your money. I set the excuses, no. Once you have money in your wallet, you click withdraw, Monique, withdraw, and the monies are paid to you immediately. And as I said, it's 80% drivers would retain. Also, I just want to add, if they come to Trinidad, you know, like how we come up to Tobago, if a driver happened to go in Trinidad, they could pawn the app and they could use it too and drive. It's totally up to them. Yeah?
Very interesting. So, we ready? So folks, we're going to go right into a live simulation where we get the opportunity to see the app at work. I believe someone who has already downloaded the app would have booked a ride, and presently the ride is actually on the way to collect that individual. We're going to be here a little while. They're coming from Charlottesville. So, that table gets serious, boy. That table gets serious. The questions table gets serious. The person is coming from just in Scarborough. So, while we are here, we are waiting the pickup and arrival of the passenger, at which point in time when they get here, obviously our brand ambassador is going to be part of that lift. When they get here, they're going to be giving their personal experience with the app and with the ride itself. I know there are different levels, Mackenzie, there are different levels. Somebody had that concern. If you want to have like a VIP styled, like for a graduation, a wedding.
Yes, so let me just, while they pull up that, let me just pull this here. So in the Travee app, if you all have it right now, there's a section called Book a Ride and there's Hire a Driver. So this section here, hire a driver, you can book a driver for up to 12 hours. And this here is where you could request your premium vehicles as well, because we are bringing on some very strategic partners. I wouldn't kind of name them right now, but some strategic partners that will offer more high-end vehicles, BMW, you name it. You go to graduation, you come to Trinidad, you want to step out in style, you make that request of us, and we will ensure that that is given. So we have took that into consideration. There are persons who more want a higher end experience, and therefore that is represented. In the normal booking class, on the Book a Ride, you also have the ability to book multiple types of vehicle. You have Travee Comfort. We had Travee Light. Travee Light was a much cheaper experience, but why we did Travee Light in Trinidad is something we get the ring there? Oh, we getting a ride. So this driver is getting a ride now, and he's going to accept the ride. So when drivers get a notification, that is the song they get, and they accept the ride, it will provide them with the location of the customer, all the details of the customer. We encourage persons to become verified customers because it's the driver's right if they want to accept someone into their vehicle, depending on if the area looks a bit suspect. So in Trinidad landscape, we are pushing the verification heavy, but from a Tobago landscape, we are onboarding it slowly, but it's something that we'll definitely want persons to get done as soon as possible. Yeah.
Right, so we could get some Buju Banton in the background, driver. Don't stop at all. So folks, you're actually seeing it live here. Upstairs barcode, the place to be. First, an historical Travee booking. Driver wondering if he should accept or reject. Right, the system has assigned the passenger, the client, to the driver. And we see the historic walk. First Travee walk in Tobago. Many of us would have heard in our earlier lives the walk of shame, but this is the walk of fame. So we're going to give the driver a couple minutes to get to the passenger or the client. And I guess the rest we will hear from the experience when he returns, not the driver, the client. So in the meantime, there's another question with respect to the arrangement or the relationship between client and the vehicle or the driver. In the event there is, God forbid, an accident, what type of insurance coverage does Travee provide? Or is it that the drivers have to go through that pre-qualification to ensure that they have the insurance coverage up to date?
Right, so you have, so first of all, Travee is a technology company. We connect riders with drivers. What we have explored, now this has never happened to our company, never. We have never had an issue where someone got in an accident and got damaged or anything like that. I could recall very way back, sometime back in 2020, we had a minor issue, and what we did, we paid for the hospital bills and stuff for the person because there was complaining of laceration, and we took that cost out of courtesy. But really and truly, depending on the level of ride, we have public liability that would cover certain aspects, and also the driver insurance covers up to, depending on the class of ride. Once they go on a particular type of ride, we are currently, as we speak, working with some insurance companies so that once a driver turn on the app, they automatically cover the people in the vehicle. So legislation is still a bit slow in terms of getting certain aspects going, but I can guarantee you, we also give drivers a meter. You cannot cross a certain speed limit. We can go in our back end and we could see how fast a driver was driving. We could understand from the complaints, because when you finish take a ride, you will be prompted and given certain measures and indicators to mark that driver. So if you say the driver was reckless, the car smelling bad, he looking bad, all of those things you could complain and we will take action against it. But as I said, we have never had this issue before, but we stand ready to deal with it should it arrive. Yeah?
Questions? Oh, this table had to get a prize, you know. I don't know if we have an award for a free Travee.
Pleasant good night, everyone. My name is Miss Grant. So as a female, our number one concern is safety, right? How are complaints and disputes handled?
That's a very good question.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. Marlon Jeffers, the Chief Operation Officer for Travee Technologies. We take all complaints very seriously on our app, be it from male or female. Once that complaint come in, and you see at the end of the day, the quality assurance rely on the customer. The quality assurance rely on the customer. So once that complaint come in, and most of the complaints are going to be anonymous, we are going to treat with it immediately. We have a 24 hours system. We have the chat, we have the AI, we also have a phone call they could call in, and we treat with it as soon as possible on the day to be able to find out what exactly happened. Now, the thing about it is this: customer service is something very important to us. All right? We have certain measures in place for that. The most important thing is that we must have the right attitude. Being in Tobago, as you know, is a very hospitable island. We are here where a lot of tourists is going to be here. We want to make sure that people who are on the app, especially the drivers, they understand the last system whenever you treat them with any problem. People might want to know what is the last system, the LAST. The first thing, if you could guess here, what does L represent? Huh? First thing you're going to do is L. That is to listen to the customer. After that is A. What is A? What's that? Attend. You're close. But what's that? I was hearing it. Yeah, but it's something very important. The next thing you have to do, A, no, apologize. And then we have the S. Who could guess what the S is? You're close. What's that?
Solution.
Very good. Solution or solve the problem. You can't, how are you going to recover the service? You have to solve the problem. And after you have solved that problem, what is the next thing, which is T, the last? Sorry? Sorry? The next thing you have to do is thank that customer. Thank that customer. All right? And this is what the recovery we have to attend to any customer, because we don't want any customer unhappy on our platform. And that has been working for all the time. So once you include those things, we are going to go places moving forward with all the customer claim we're going to have. Thank you very much.
So there's a frequently asked question in the app.
So in the app, if you navigate on your panel, up here on the home, you'll see home, notification, my wallet, history, where you could review all your rides, your scheduled trips. There's a section called refer and earn. your business profile. So if, for example, you're working with a particular company, and that company decide to add you now as part of their corporate profile, you will see that option coming up when you're requesting a ride. You'll see to choose the company that you're working with, and the company, it will be credited to the company's wallet. Then you have the Travee perks, as I indicated. I have 923 points here on me right now in my app. And if you want, you could click redeem now. Once you click redeem now, 1 point is equal to 0.2 cents. So that's 1 point, right? That's on your Travee perks. And then I also shared with you all the, let me just pull it up here, the refer and earn section. So this is the refer and earn section here. So I have my referral code. It's PBM889218. So that's my referral code. So you take this referral code and you share this referral code with anybody that you want to download the application. Now on the app as well, you could also change your appearance, dark screen, however mode you want to interact with your eyes. You have that ability. You also have save places. You know, you have places that we are custom going. Just wonder, you don't have no time to type up. So you choose your favorite places and it calculates for you one time, right? In addition to that, I just spoke about the frequently asked questions. So all the questions that you all have are in the app and it will be answered. And in addition to that, we have our live support service in the app where you could basically speak with support. So that support, a live ability for us to chat and talk. So again, get yourself accustomed. Let me pass back over to the team.
So folks, the moment that we've been waiting for is here. I'd invite you to stand. No, we're not going to have the meal yet. But we have our first customer arriving. So we're going to take a walk downstairs. Meet him. Is the camera? So we're going to ask him to come up. The stream, we can't move the stream. So as they said long ago, when mountain can come to Munilal. After. So while we await the first ever Tobago Travee passenger, someone also threw a quick question out. Video cam in the vehicles. Is this going to be a prerequisite? Is it something that is existing? Is it?
So it's not a prerequisite, but it's definitely an addition for safety. Some drivers, fortunate for us, come with dash cams already. But it's something as we expand more, especially in the Trinidad landscape, with something that we are seriously consider to give our drivers. We're also giving some of our drivers LED lights. Once you are on duty, you are expected to put on. Do we have any of the lights here? Let me just show what it looks like. So, so when a driver pulls up, this is just a demo. Yeah, it on? Right, so this will be in the driver's mirror on the glass. So when they're pulling up, you see clear as day, is a Travee driver coming for you. And you have the option, once you jump in the car, the driver could basically, it's just for identification purposes. All right, so these are all the things that we have put in place more or less for safety. And as I said, if you are feeling unsafe at any point in time, there is our SOS button while you're on the ride. You alert us, and somebody from support will get, and all your loved ones will get an exact geolocation as to where you are when that happened. Okay? Yeah?
of a rideshare, right? So sometimes when I'm overseas, I don't necessarily want to go and carry a package for somebody. Like if I'm in Brooklyn, I might not want to go to Queens to carry that package. Is it possible? But Uber, you could call Uber and give them the package, and they will take the package to the person. Is that something that Travee might be able to do? Or like, for example, I might want to send something to somebody in Charlottesville or Speyside, but I don't want to drive to Charlottesville or Speyside. I just want to send the package with them. Is that something that's possible?
Yes, it is possible. So hold on one sec before I go. I want to bring in the rider. I'll answer that question yourself.
So we'll ask the driver as well as the client to come to the front. This is the moment of truth. And we know TikTok boss does always talk the truth. So, welcome, gentlemen. Let's welcome them as they've just arrived. So I'll start first with the driver in terms of how you found the process was.
It was a bit troublesome, but it was very good.
Okay, so it was troublesome, but it was good. Right. The client, you made the call, you had the app, you booked the ride, and you stand up in town waiting. Tell us what happened from there on.
Well, you didn't say the troubles because it was a little raining, you understand? But he was very professional, you understand? He came on time, you understand? And that is what Tobago looking at, you know. Because at times I call drivers in my village, you know, they take 2 hours to reach in. You understand? The man is very professionalized, and I enjoy the service, and this is what Tobago is looking for. You understand? Thank you to everybody.
So can we say that as some persons may be a frequent flyer, you would now be a frequent Travee user?
Sure. Right. Saturday gonna sell me car. I want to. So I'm on foot right now. So I'm gonna be using the app often. I'm telling you because I don't want money to buy a car right now. You understand? I just laying all the no street up. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be using the app. You understand? And it gonna come in handy for some of my families who's coming in for the carnival in October. You understand? And I like how the airport is opening soon. You understand? And right now, I get back to my right self. You understand? If I'm telling you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad that you would have indicated you have family from abroad coming in, because this launch is being viewed not just here in Barcode, but we're on Facebook, Tobago Updates Facebook page. But in addition to that, we're also being viewed on Amplayer, Digicel, Flow, Airlink Communications. So people are seeing this launch all over the world. So for those who are locked on in North America and Europe, this is the opportunity to book the Travee app. Download the app, book the ride, and experience exactly what TikTok boss would have experienced here today, with high levels of professionalism, whilst you enjoy it in comfort. Let's thank our driver and the passenger for being with us this evening. How much you rate him? 9.5 rating. I guess the rain took away the 0.5. You know that. Right, good. Thanks, gentlemen. You can have your seats. So, folks, we have seen it. We have a couple loose ends still to tie up, but I'm certain right now you all are excited about the Travee app. One young lady would have asked the question, what makes it different? I think that has been securely answered this evening. As a matter of fact, when I saw the little lighting symbol, I thought we were in Miami, because that's the kind of high-level service you get when you're in Miami and you call for a ride. So let's all become agents to spread the good news about Travee. Just as we evangelize the gospel of Jesus Christ, let us also evangelize the good news of Travee in Tobago from today. Let me invite Macasey to finish responding to the question.
Yes, so your question was if you could use the app to do deliveries. So yes, once you make a request and you, under the book now or ride now feature, you would see different class. You choose delivery. So the delivery would give you a fixed cost as opposed to a metered cost, right? Because it's not people you're moving a package. So anybody wants somebody wants some Sunday lunch, you want to drop it down Charlottesville because you're in Bon Accord, you could definitely do it. And that is available right now. Yeah?
Well said. Folks, we are coming to the end of our formal part of the launch this evening. We want to thank all stakeholders who would have partnered to make this evening possible and to make it a success. And we want to thank Barcode for always being ready and willing to provide service, quality service, just like Travee, all the time. So before we leave this evening, we're going to have some light refreshments as well, a nice little reception area. But we are also going to give out, we love to tote. So that's why they call them tote bags. So we have some tokens here. We're not going to let you leave empty-handed. Let me invite Kelvin to simply explain to us what these bags are about.
Good evening, everyone, again. And so this is simply our Travee token. What is inside of those tote bags? We have the keychains, so you have your memorabilia, your Travee keychain. You also have inside there a brochure that gives you all the information regarding Travee, how to download the app, utilize the app, etc. And you also have inside there the Travee voucher. So you would automatically get a voucher that allows you to scan, and when you scan it and download the app, you get immediate Travee credit as well. So we encourage you to download the app, share it as well, because as you heard before, you can earn referral points, and therefore we expect as we go forward, as Marilyn said, we'll spread the gospel of Travee, and Travee would become a household kind of app, just as Uber, etc. I remember being in Australia and being able to utilize, that is what I use to get around, a rideshare app. And therefore, we want in Tobago, persons who are coming into Tobago to know that they too can have a reliable app that they can utilize for transportation. I'm seeing former president of the Tobago Hotels Tourism Association here. I'm also seeing president of GCAT as well. So I'm encouraging you all to share the good news with your members. We'll be coming to the Tourism Hotel Association to ensure that in every hotel and hospitality property that we have that app, this sticker available for your guests to scan and utilize. And as well as an opportunity for GCAT members who want to earn something on the side, you can also encourage them to sign up as drivers, etc. Because we need both sides. We need the demand and we need the supply. So for persons who want to earn extra income, this is an opportunity for them to sign up. You can do it at your own time, at your own speed. That is also one of the beauty of this. Unlike, if you're doing normal, if you're doing PH or taxi, you have to be on the stand right through. This allows you to really utilize it at your own speed, your own pace, your own convenience, because you get to determine which rides you take and which rides you don't. So, and on the other side, we have persons who go, the THA workers, some of you all in remote locations, especially like Glen Road, etc., where you may have to use two transport, get into Scarborough and then get to your main destination. Persons like Dion can now get directly from his place of work right to your doorstep. So this is exciting time, and as we close, I want to thank our Master of Ceremony for taking the opportunity on such short notice to guide us through this program. I want to thank our host venue, Barcode, Mr. Rajiv and Mr. Maraj, for also being such good hosts to us here today. We want to thank our media personnel, Tobago Updates, Mr. Conan, etc., for your service here today. And we want to thank each and every one of you who would have taken time out of your busy schedule to come and hear what Travee is about, to come and give support. We want to thank our Travee partners who would have ensured that this service is now available in Tobago. And most of all, I want to thank my Deltec team, all the persons behind the scenes who would have been working tremendously hard over the past couple days to ensure that this launch is a success. So Travee is here, and we look forward to ensuring that we provide this great service. Thank you.
Kelvin, we want to invite both Kelvin and Macasey to do the symbolic handshake. We're doing it different. We ain't cutting no ribbon. We have a very gentleman agreement, Trinidad and Tobago in partnership to provide the people of Tobago with a quality international service. Center of the screen. There you have it, folks. One more. We want to have a group photo as well. The team Travee. All the t-shirt Travees. Where is the brand ambassador? He was on the phone. He might be booking our next ride. COO? There's a spread.
So, guys, I just, as Kelvin said thanks, I want to thank everybody as well for coming out supporting the brand. Kelvin, I hope I ain't getting in trouble for saying this, but we're giving Barcode, we have to give them a promo code. We have to, a permanent promo code, because this is where it happens.